Slo-Mo Man, Marianne Posadas, illustrated by Scott Fraser. Meet the characters. Slo-Mo Man, a superhero disguised as a normal dad. Ruby, Slo-Mo Man's daughter. A checkout girl, a girl who works at the drive-thru restaurant. Johnny Limo, a bad guy with a limousine and a cell phone. Two thugs, Johnny Limo's henchmen. Dear reader, I hope you enjoy this story about an ordinary dad who thinks he has superpowers. Actually, I think we all have superpowers. Mine is an extra special superpower ability to find chocolate in cupboards when really I should be working. What's yours? Marianne Posadas, author. The town. 1. Slo-Mo Man's house. 2. The drive-thru restaurant. 3. Ruby's school. One, it's hard being normal. One day I'll get my own TV show. This is how it will start. There'll be drums, trumpets, swirling lights. There'll be clapping. Then a voice will call my name. Slo-Mo Man. One day it will happen. I just know it. But until then, I'll just try to be a normal person. It's hard being normal, especially with my superpowers. You know, in the movies when the film slows down and you see every move? That's what I do. That's my superpower. Slo-Mo Man is short for Slow Motion Man. Cool, huh? Other superheroes are fast, but I'm slow. Like most superheroes, I have a disguise. My disguise is Ricky Rios, ringtone tune writer. Yes, you heard right. Ever wondered who writes the ringtones on your phone? It's me. Cool, huh? Here's how I work. 2. Bad manners. Today started out normally. It was my turn to drop Ruby at school. The clock told me time was running out. I'm slow in real life too. Hey Ruby, are you ready? I called. I'm waiting for you, Dad, said Ruby. Oh, how about pancakes from the drive-thru on the way to school? Mom won't be happy, said Ruby, but okay. We raced to the Slo-Mo Mobile, disguised as a beat-up old wreck. I drove in slow motion to make all the green lights. But when I drove in slow motion at the drive-thru, there were angry people behind us. Take it easy. Even superheroes need to decide on maple syrup or butter with their pancakes. And then, in my mirror, I saw a long blue limo cut into the line. That was bad manners. Ruby and I ordered pancakes with maple syrup. A voice told us to move forward. I winked at Ruby. This is where my powers come in handy, I said. I'll drive slowly. By the time we get to the pickup window, we won't have to wait. Hooray, Slo-Mo Man, said Ruby, looking bored. I've told her we need to keep my powers secret. Her bored look was perfect. But even after 2 slow-mo minutes of slow-mo driving, our breakfast still wasn't ready. We will be late for school. Don't panic, Ruby. Don't worry. I won't. Three, a ringtone. The checkout girl was as bored as Ruby. Maybe she was hiding superpowers too. $4.95, she said to me. And that's when I heard it. A ringtone. My ringtone. There was only one ringtone like that. I wrote it. My ears zeroed in on the source of the sound. It was the checkout girl's speaker. The ringtone came from her speaker, which meant one thing. The ringtone was coming from the limo behind us. God. Can I take your order? Take all the loot to my secret cave. Can I take your order? Said the checkout girl while she waited for me to pay. A voice ordered 4 monster bacon cheeseburgers. I overheard someone else using his phone in the back seat. Take all the loot to my secret cave, he said. Soon I will have $1 billion. Nar-har, nar-har. That was an evil laugh. I felt a chill shoot up my spine. Do you want fries with that? The checkout girl asked the voice in the limo. Nar-har, nar-har. Do you want fries with that? I looked at Ruby. You're going to embarrass me again, aren't you? She said. You're going to do the superhero thing. She closed her eyes. A little trick. Like a speeding tortoise, I went back to the blue limo. Hey, you can't get out, said the checkout girl. It's a drive-through, not a walk-through. Ruby hid in her seat. 2 thugs sat in the car beside a well-dressed man who was still on the phone. Excuse me, I said to the thugs. How do you like your ringtone? The thugs curled their lips and raised their left eyebrows. They looked like ugly twins. What business is it of yours? Excuse me, I'm on the phone. Go back to your car, mister. I went back to the Slo-Mo Mobile as cars behind me honked. That's $4.95, said the checkout girl to me again. I smiled at her, got my phone, and called the police, telling them to hurry. Then I dialed a secret code. Most people, like these thugs, don't know that those of us who write ringtones know a little trick. Slo-Mo Man. 5. Gotcha. Warning. Do not try this at home, kids. By texting a sequence of numbers, I was able to turn my phone into a sensitive recorder. I punched in the numbers. I pointed my phone at the limo's open window. A man's voice echoed around the Slo-Mo Mobile. Then we'll bug all the computers. We'll empty everyone's bank accounts into mine, came his voice. And we'll change all the credit cards so that every cent comes to Johnny Limo. Nar, nar. I had recorded enough to ruin the plan. I went back to the limo again. Hey, I told you that's $4.95, and you can't walk through there. I smiled my gotcha smile at Johnny Limo and his thugs. Game's up, boys, I said. Slo-Mo Man is on the job. I pushed a button, and my phone played the recording. Hey, how'd you do that? The bad guys were worried. Police sirens got closer. I winked. Just a little trick I know, using a special code, in case you didn't know. Then Johnny Limo didn't look so tough. The thugs looked nervous, and soon everyone in the limo looked at the floor in a very guilty way. Oh, you got us. I sure did. Have a nice day. 6. A job well done. I walked back to the Slo-Mo Mobile. I had just saved the country from an evil bad guy. I got back in the car and smiled at Ruby. It was a job well done. The checkout girl screamed at me, $4.95. I smiled and gave her $5. Keep the change. I drove slowly away. Dad! Yes, Ruby? Don't worry. You don't need to thank me for catching those bad guys. Dad, we forgot breakfast. You paid, but we forgot the pancakes. I hit the brakes. She was right. She'd be a great superhero when she was old enough. No problem, Slo-Mo girl, I grinned, ignoring the honking cars behind us. We'll just drive through again. Who knows what other bad guys we'll find before school starts? Great, said Ruby. Slo-Mo girl can hardly wait. Slo-Mo Man. The end.